In a world full of every possible sentient species, it is abound with a diverse selection of brothels. The girls who work there are called suck-you girls. They pleasure the horny men of this world with the unique features of their species. Here we meet Stunk, a human adventurer who loves to sleep with elves for their beauty, and Zell, an elf who's disgusted by Stunk as he just slept with a 500-year-old elf. Zell prefers old women like Mitsu because despite their looks, all human sucky girls are under 100. Wow, the choice of diversity. In a bar, Stunk and Zell argue in this very serious topic, so they pull in Kanchal, a halfling, and Bruise, a beastman. They ask them to review the elf and the woman's debate, leading in a result where the woman wins because of her age. Next morning, as they stroll around in a forest discussing the same topic, they hear a scream. They slice through the beast, tormenting an angel called Grim. As they're about to leave, Grim asks if they can join their travel, meaning he cannot use their powers or go back to heaven. The boys agree, but in exchange, they ask Grim to take him to heaven once he heals. When asked why, they explain they are on a mission to sleep with a woman from every species there is in the entire world, from heaven to hell. Hearing so, Grim regrets their choice. Suddenly, they ask Grim if they are a boy, to which Grim says yes and shows them his bulge. Wow, they're blind not to see those cup buns. Wait, he has both a sausage and the hole for it. They take Grim to Meow Meow brothel to treat him. The pure and undefiled angel is immediately defiled and horrified at what happened. The next morning, they take Grim to the bar where Grim gets the job of a waiter. There, on the bulletin board, Stunk and Zell post reviews of the brothels they've been to, which brings them a huge pile of gold. They leave in a quest to find more species. After 2 weeks, they come back with a new review about birdmates. This review of theirs angers Midri, the owner of the bar, who just so happens to be a birdmate herself. Stunk touches the nape of Midri's neck because birdmaids have sensitive napes. In return, he gets a stool to his head, and this is how Interspecies Reviewers is founded. One night in a burr, Zell, Stunk, and Kanchal discussing whether size matters or not. They decide to go to the brothel to settle the matter and ask Grim to come along. Apparently, they sell more reviews of Grims on the docket, as women buy and more. Also, Grim is an angel, which is very rare down here on Earth. While discussing where to go, they see some fairies drinking in a nearby table and decide to go to a fairy brothel. On the way, they discuss how Stunk is from a powerful noble family, but was kicked out by his father. They reach there with the expectation of meeting cute and perky fairies, but are greeted by a ragged one, the receptionist. They pay the fee and get in line to get their sausages measured as fairies of size limits. Stunk goes first and gets a 16.5 centimeter card, so he gets a choice between only 2 fairies. See people, big is not always better. Zell and Kanchal also get their sausages measured, and since theirs is smaller, they get a wider range of choices, but to everyone's surprise, no one in the brothel can handle Grim. The all post honest reviews, which leaves the readers wondering about Grim and the missile that he's hiding in his pants. Later, the Demon King addresses the public as elections are near. We learned that the Orc Party is running the government with low taxes and more focus on agriculture, self-sufficiency, and brothels. Now that government gets my vote. Witnessing the demon's speech, Stunk suggests visiting a demon brothel, but Zell and Grim are hesitant as they have a thing against dark aspects. Suddenly, they get shouted at by demon called Demon 2. He explains how the demon species are among the top 5 least marriageable species, and he wants to hire viewers to uplift their image. He hands the group a card for the best establishment. Despite their hesitancy, the group decides to take up Demon 2's recommendation. But on the way there, they see some cowgirls with their honkers who immediately grab their attention and lift their sausages. They end up in the dairy farm writing a pretty good review of the milk. This brothel that they visit is not ordinary, as it is a gender change brothel. They drink a potion turning into girls. They creepily check each other out down to the porous. Grim gets creeped out and tries to leave but gets stopped as the policy that restricts it. After all this, they visit a brothel that has a partnership with a gender swap for an ultimate lesbian experience. They choose their girls. Each one of them has a girl-on-girl experience. Stunk and Kanchal don't get such pleasures But Zell, who picks Slime Girl, really has the best time. Yes, people here can honka Slime, and Grim, who picked the Hyena Girl, has a great time as well, since even female hyenas have boy parts down there. If you know what I mean? When the review comes out, Grim shocks everyone again as they realize Grim would clap any gender he get. On a stormy night, we hear Grim scream as the others lie in the rain unconscious. A week later, and the bar still sorrow in memory of the boys they just lost. The narrator starts thanking the viewer, as the reviewers will live in the hearts of the people. Ha! Fooled you! There's more to come. Wasn't this supposed to be R-rated? Why does the narrator treat us like kids? The narrator reverts the clock to explain what actually happened. The reviewers stumble upon a row they have not been through in the brothel area. They find a brothel with all-you-can-honk kind of service for really cheap. As they enter, they see a room full of low-level Lilums who are very thirsty for a good time. The boys are told to sign a contract that the brothel won't be held responsible if they die in there. The boys are challenged by the Lilums, to enter, to which Stunk asks Zell to cast a boost spell on them. Grim makes a smart choice and decides not to go in. The boys go in violently. They are sucked dry. They are only saved when 100 pigs come in to take revenge for the last time, to which the Lilums turn their attention to them and the boys are tossed out into the rain. They take 3 weeks to recover and write reviews with low scores. One morning, the guys go to a volcano to gather some firestones for Midri. They were attacked by some rocky army. Zell and Stunk fight them pretty easily. Turns out, Stunk has been a great fighter since he was young. When he was just a kid, he could defeat full-level kites, but for some reason he was thrown out by his nobleman father. They enter a salamander barbecue restaurant, and yes, the meat is cooked in the flesh of a female, hence the name. After some bacon strips, they order some sausages, which they decide to cook in very interesting places like her mouth and the cave down there. After all this, the salamander asks to continue in a different room, but Zell and Stunk run as they will get burned, but Grim agrees as angels have heat resistance. Grim rates the salamander 9 as she tastes like bacon and was really hot. Sometime later, Midri goes to take the trash out and gets approached by a mysterious cloak figure. In the bar, the boys are still teasing Grim about the salamander. Just then, Midri hands them a letter given by the cloak figure. They're paid to write a review of Cyclops Girls, so the reviewers are off to their duty. They reach there and find that the brothel is known for its wide range of sizes. Misunderstanding the situation, Conchal orders the biggest size only to learn that they meant the eye size. Turns out Cyclops put a lot of prestige in the size of their eyes. The bigger the better. Grim and Conchal experience the bigger ones, but Stunk and Zella stick with the regular size ones because they have the better milk melons. Stunk and Zell give a good review along with Grim rating them 7, but Conchal was not a huge fan of eyes. As the group wonders who paid them to write the review, the cloak figure is revealed to be a Cyclops girl with a small eye. Now she's really happy that other species don't care about their eye size. Someday in the bar, the reviewers are having a hard time deciding which establishment to visit. Midri suggests picking whichever species enter the bar first. Just then, someone enters and it's a golem. Midri is unable to control her laughter.